Hi everyone, welcome back to day 7 in our Halloween countdown, and you'll remember where we left off in the last episode is this rather yucky looking mound. That's for the cemetery and the gravestones, which I aged and painted up and did some faux lichen and moss, and that's simply a case of getting any different colours, bright yellows, greens and oranges, whites, and stippling them on. I did use, bring up a photo image of some headstones in a graveyard just for inspiration. I've taken this bit off the bottom of that one because it was too big really in the scene that I wanted. This is mostly dry. I cut off some of the excess so that it would fit in. And then I squished it a bit, so you can see there now it will fit in, and when we put that on the top you will just see it, but it's not overtaking the whole scene. And I've decided I'm going to kind of put one of the stones more at the back. The cross is going to be sticking out of the ground about there, and then I'll put this one more at the front, which is why I couldn't have the base on it, so that then we've kind of got a little bit of depth. I don't know if you can see that going on there, but what I did want to do before we install all of this was age the front wall and a little bit more on these. So I've mixed up a very yucky concoction of just brown and black acrylic paint and water, and there's kind of two main aging methods that I've seen everyone use. It's the brown and black water mix and some chalk pastels, which are drier, so kind of one runs and seeps into the cracks, and then this is drier and you can use it almost where you'd see a more a gentler aging, rub marks and things like that. So it's very simple. Try not to touch it with your hands if you don't want fingerprints over. So I would just literally just get a sharp blade and you can just scrape the chalk pastel, and then, where's my piece of cloth gone? I had a piece of blue somewhere. I need another bit. I want a softer brush for this one. So literally just get some on a brush, and then if you think in the corners, let's start there. Start somewhere you're not going to see it first, so that'll be hidden behind the greenery, and it builds up very slowly. So this is a subtle one, the chalk pastel. I don't know if you can see that, it's in the shadow even. That's not a good corner to start on, is it? You can just see it there actually, you can just see it. So that's a really good subtle way of aging, and it's great in the corners. So for example, if I hadn't put my side on and I wanted to age in the corners here, you could go like that and very quickly, I don't know, it's not great in here for shadows, is it? Just take out the sharpness of some edges, and then so I would do that. I'm going to do it in the corners and around the window, and say underneath the windowsill where rain would kind of drip round and then drip down onto that. So kind of think where it would naturally weather in real life. And then on the headstones where we did the raised bit there, if we get I'm going to use that brush and get this yucky dark mix. I'm going to try and do it on camera there so you can see it, and just do that, it will start to bleed down. And then you can blot it off of the surface, but it will stay in the edge. Can you see the difference there? It kind of just adds more of a shadow to one side than the other. And with the acrylics, whether you're doing the stippling effect or running the water, it looks a lot more intense when it's wet, and then it generally dries a bit lighter. So, or you can always build up in layers, but don't panic when you think, oh my goodness, that's really dark. I could actually have this run here, because it will dry brighter than you think, and you don't ever want to put too much on at once, because these are basically paper-based products, so you don't want them getting soggy and then the layers lifting or the glue not sticking anymore. So if we went for a really big, let me try and get some on here that I'm going to drip and see if it will run. I could do that. Let's do that on, where can I do it? Oh, let's do it on that bit there. I don't know if you can see that. That's going to run down. There we go. It's quite a heavy run, that. And then if you think that's too much, just blot it off. And then it sits nicely there. You see that? In the bottom of that cross. So that's something to have fun with and play around with. And if it all goes wrong or you don't like something, you can always paint over it again with the sort of basic grey that you did your stones in. But always also leave it to dry and then come back and look at it and think, does it need any more? So that's what I'm going to do next. A bit more aging of that. Let's have a go on here with the water. And if you're watching this, you'll know I'm having kittens. This Era Bentley of Bentley House Minis does amazing aging and loves it, and it's the opposite of me because I very rarely do it and I don't like it when I do. So I'm going to put some on here of my pristine, I think, and see if I can just get it to dribble. It might be too thick, but let's give it a go. And just, there we go. Oh, look at that awful darkness. I'll do 3 lines that are in ratio to each other. I'm rubbish, just rubbish at this aging. I'm going to draw a line under the whole thing now, like that, and then just see if I can get it to dribble a little bit more. Let's see if it will go along the lines. This probably could be a lot weaker. I probably made this a bit strong. But I do want this whole area under here to look as if the rain has just come down. And then I'll blot a bit off. So can you see that? That's quite cool, isn't it? So I'm going to do some more of the corners and more around the window. And then I'll age these more and stick them in there. This has got quite a few different surfaces there, so that's tacky glue is not going to cut that. I think I will get some like Yoo-hoo glue, or for the one and only time in my miniature making, I might use the hot glue gun just so that it sticks in there on several different surfaces and doesn't move. So we'll see with that one. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then I think that's nearly it. This will, once I finish the gravestones and cemetery, this can go, and aging, this can go on the top. I'm going to give this a couple of coats of matte varnish to strengthen it, the whole thing up. I'm not going to put glass in here because I think it will detract from this window, so that's why I'm going to use the matte varnish to make that nice and stiff. And then tomorrow we will come on to the ceiling and the lighting. So it's a bit of a quick video today. I'm going to go and do all the aging off camera, only because I really hate doing it and it won't be painful for you to watch me. And if you've been watching all this week or on social media, you'll have seen that I have an interview this evening with the fabulous Darren from D. Thomas Fine Miniatures in New York, which I'm very excited about. Hence why a little bit more glamorous today for an aging process. And I need to go and get ready for that. I also need to have my dinner, and then we'll be doing the interview because it was going to be 9 AM and our clocks went back. So I think it's 9 PM. So it's 8 PM tonight. I hope I've got that right. I'm really rubbish at time zones. So I need to set up, we're going to do a bit of a Cricut demonstration. So apologies for the short video, but have fun with your aging. And I'll see you again tomorrow where we're going to put the lid on this room box book nook. Good night everyone, and I'll see you soon.